listening to 90.4 Oman FM. Talal here with you. And today is World Meteorology Day, and we're very lucky to have with us, representing the Civil Aviation Authority, the Director of Forecasting and Early Warning System, Nasser Al Ismaili, to mark the day. Good morning, Mr. Nasser.
Good morning, Mr. Talal, and thank you for having me.
The pleasure is, as always, ours, and we appreciate all the work that you and your team put in over there at the National Early Warning Center and at the Civil Aviation Authority. So let's jump right in, Mr. Nasser. Can you tell us about the importance of the World Meteorological Day?
Well, the importance of this day, it represents the essential contribution of national meteorological and hydrological services to the safety and well-being of society. And it is celebrated with activities, many activities around the world, not only at Oman, which in fact this year marks the 150th anniversary of the Meteorological Convention. However, the theme of this year's World Meteorological Day is closing the early warning gap together, which in fact reminded us with the new climate reality that we are living in now, and the early warning systems, they are not luxuries. They are in fact necessities and important investments. And they have just brought this because almost half the world's countries still lack access to these life-saving systems. And it's like they are considered that this is a shame in a digital world, that the lives are being lost because people have no access to such systems, and early warning systems.
We do hope that these systems become more readily available for countries across the world, and we're very blessed to have it here in Oman. Mr. Nasser, could you tell me, how is Oman marking this day?
Well, Oman, represented by the Civil Aviation Authority, has in fact celebrated earlier this year a 50 years anniversary of joining the World Meteorological Organization. And that was through hosting many workshops and related events. And in fact, it has introduced a logo representing this anniversary. And this logo was in fact displayed among all of our weather bulletins that we're producing and many products. In addition to this, this day is publicly announced through our social media platforms like X platform to ensure the adoption of the initiatives of WMO, like the main initiative that we're having, which is called Early Warnings for All. And this, in fact, initiative emphasizes the importance of this day.
Very well. You mentioned just a few seconds ago that Oman joined the World Meteorological Organization 50 years ago. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, indeed. Oman has joined the WMO exactly on the 2nd of January, 1975, which marks 50 years in 2025 now. And this was, as I mentioned, celebrated early this year. And since that time, Oman, in fact, worked in harmony with WMO initiatives and requirements. The purpose is that to fulfill its duty regarding weather forecasting and warnings, and as the first with aviation weather forecasting as well. And the aim was to ensure high quality and up-to-date services and products.
Very well. Now let's move over to where you work. You're the Director again of Forecasting and Early Warning System. So can you tell us a little bit about the National Early Warning Center? How has it evolved over the past few years?
Yeah, to start with, the beginning of Oman Met was in fact focused on aviation services, where the Met office originally was opened alongside with the Steed International Airport, which is now called Muscat International Airport, which was in 1973. By the years, Oman Met office has evolved gradually, where we faced many severe weather events like probably, Gorno cyclone in 2007 and Set cyclone in 2011 as well, and the very known Indian Ocean tsunami in 2004 as well. So since that, the government then directed to establish a national center with multi-hazard approach. So on 23rd of March 2015, the National Multi-Hazard Early Warning Center was inaugurated, where the weather-related phenomena and marine earthquakes, tsunami monitoring, all falls under its responsibility. The center now is hosting also the Center of Excellence for Satellite Application, which is considered the seventh center among 14 centers around the world. The aim is to provide workshops, trainings, like to the Middle East, Western Asia, and North Africa. So, in addition to this, the center has also upgraded its bulletins and services, making them as we have witnessed, infographic and easily reachable and accessible.
That's fantastic. Can you tell me, though, about some of the challenges you have faced when it comes to improving our early warning systems?
Well, I would say probably the lack of reliable data over the eastern side of Oman, and that's due to the vast ocean and absence of data, because of many challenges actually to get surface observation and I would say reliable our data, which in fact creates a challenge to the forecaster and to analyze the actual weather, and also to the numerical weather prediction models to get a reliable forecast, especially for tropical systems like depression, storms, cyclones, because they are coming from that side. At the land, we have weather balloons for our air data and surface weather station, whereas at the ocean, this data, in fact, is absent. Another thing is that the new evolving patterns and challenges due to climate change, because they are somehow changing the frequency and the severity of weather events. So this may need more time to be understood well.
Very well. You mentioned earlier cyclones and tsunamis. What are the most common weather-related risks here in Oman, and how does your center help mitigate them?
Well, at first of the list, I would say tropical systems. That in fact includes depression, storms, cyclones, and in addition to that, westerly and easterly troughs, because they may give heavy to very heavy rain, and that may result in severe flash floods and some storm surges and inundation to some parts, which in fact puts human and properties at very high risk. However, we deal with them now according to the Center of Operational Procedures. That in fact ranges from reports, advisories, alerts, and even to warnings according to the situation. And in fact, we provide the right information and adequate time to prepare. And the good thing that we are in Oman working in parallel with the National Committee for Emergency Management, in collaborative measures to ensure adequate preparedness and life and property saving.
Very well. How does the center ensure the accuracy and the reliability of these forecasts?
Well, at the center, we follow the best practices in the field by providing the best available training for the forecasters. Also, by creating the systems we have the weather station, numerical weather prediction systems. For instance, last year we have upgraded the numerical weather prediction computing system to 80 teraflop. The aim was to enhance the resolution of the numerical weather prediction products, where it reached now 2.1 square kilometers in resolution. Also, we have utilized many additional numerical weather prediction models to enhance the quality of the forecast and related services. We have started receiving also the third generation of satellite images from the EUMETSAT, also last year, which has clearly improved the quality of weather observation and hence the accuracy of the forecast. And in terms of dissemination, we started last year utilizing CBS alerting messages, like many of us have actually received these messages, I would say, and which in fact may they are targeting those who may get affected only by severe weather or flash floods.
Very well.
So in general, all of these improvements will lead to accurate and reliable forecasts.
Very well. Fantastic. Mr. Nasser, how important is public awareness for the Centre and for the people of Oman?
Well, we put a lot of focus on public awareness because, for instance, during last year we have started a national campaign for public awareness. The aim was to inform people, including families, decision makers, students, and the society at all, about the center procedures during weather events and tsunami waves. And that included lectures, exhibitions, and practical evacuation for a number of schools. So this initiative was launched with the support of our stakeholders, like the National Center for Emergency Management, Ministry of Media, and Authority of Civil Defense, and many other related stakeholders. The first campaign was held in North Al-Batina Governorate during May 2024. And the second campaign was conducted in the Far Governorate in September and October 2024. The next campaign is planned to take place in North Al-Sharqiyya Governorate during next month, probably mid of next month. In addition to this, we are continuously posting awareness posts in social media regarding these severe weather events and tsunami waves.
Okay, great. How does the Centre collaborate with international meteorological organizations?
Well, due to the good reputation of the Centre, among Met organizations and offices, we interchange the data and experience through several agreements between us, and through hosting a regional center, the Center of Excellence at Muscat for satellite application. So, we provide training for certain fields, like the satellite, and also our forecasters are delegated to many regional centers to share the needed knowledge regarding many aspects, I would say, including tropical system forecasting or an observation, numerical weather predictions, and also tsunami mitigation and alerting protocols.
Fantastic. Well, I have one final question for you, Mr. Nasser, before we head out, and I feel it's an important one. What are your goals, you and the Centre's goals, for the next decade? What do we have ahead of us?
Well, first of all, to start with, during this year, we are planning to launch our new website and mobile application, which will imply new features, including new methodologies to warn about the weather. In addition to this, the Center is going towards AI tools, either for AI modeling, or which we have already started using it, or for the delivery of the forecast for targeted people, those who are in need of certain information at certain times. Another plan is to install new weather radar for Masandam governorates, which plan to take place probably next year. Another thing that the Center will enhance services through impact-based forecast approach. This approach will provide information and special forecasts, which will give better decisions for public and for our stakeholders as well. There are many aspects will indeed improve, the computing capabilities. We have already upgraded our system, but probably in the next year we'll even upgrade it more in the next 5 years, which will provide what we call ensemble products and forecasts, and this will enhance the quality of the forecast and the services as well.
We wish you the best with that, inshallah, Mr. Nasser. Anything else you would like to add before we conclude?
Nothing, and thank you for having me.
Pleasure is all ours, Mr. Nasser, and we wish you and your colleagues a lovely World Meteorological Day, and we hope to have you back with us soon, inshallah, on air. Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome. Thanks.
That right there is Nasser Al-Ismaili, Director of Forecasting and Early Warning Systems at the Civil Aviation Authority, to mark World Meteorological Day. You can find the full interview on our SoundCloud at amanfm.om. We'll be right back.
wishes you Ramadan Kareem.